have a lot of cleaning up to do now, so I'm gonna clean up, pack up, and then show you guys exactly what's happening in this front bed and how I'm gonna treat it moving forward. So under this pergola area is where the family come during the summer months and relax, because it's very humid here in Central Florida during the summer months. And even if you have a pool, when you go in that pool, the moment you get out, you start sweating again. With this shade cloth and the greenery around, we can come under here, spread maybe something on the ground or a blow up bed and just chill. My daughter loves to get out here and read most of the time during the summer months, and it's just a very comfortable and relaxing area for the family. So I'm going to try to get it up back. Also, I need to have my flowering plants within the yard, and here is where we have most of those plants that attract pollinators. So come along with me today and we'll just sort out this pergola area together. It's going to look totally different, but with time it will come back, so you guys can see the growth in this area as we go along. What I'm going to do, I'm going to try to go through today and get all these ornamental back up and running. What's dead, I'm going to get rid of those and maybe replant other things in those pots. But I have over 2,000 pots to be sorted out in this video. So I'm just going to go ahead, try to get this pergola area back together. So as you guys can see on the front here, everything is basically gone. I'm hoping the root area is good in most of these containers, so I can revive some of them. But I'm going to change the face of the pergola also. Maybe I'm going to be putting a stand right here. I have a stand over there in the garden that is not really being utilized properly, so I may go ahead and put it in right here. But today is not a food garden video. It's just my ornamental. And if you're doing a garden or a small homestead, any form of planting, try to have some things that can attract pollinators. And here's where I attract my pollinators, as I've said before. So I really have to get this pergola area back. I really need the greenery. It's the beauty of the backyard. Yes, I know the food garden is also beautiful, but it is the eye-filling beauty of the backyard, and the food garden is the stomach-filling beauty of my backyard. So let's go along and move these things away and see how well we can transform this place and get these things back running. That area over there where I removed the plants just a while ago, I'm going to be putting this plastic thing there. I'm not sure of the name. I think it's like a electrical reel. Those electrical lines came on them and I found this one, so I was using it as a grow stand, but then now I can put it right in front of the pergola area because I had one of the wooden one there before, and those after a year they start just to rot away. So with the plastic, this will be there for basically a lifetime. So instead of me putting in the wooden one or replacing the wooden one with that next wooden one, I'm just going to be using this and put this there. So you guys can tell me what you think of it after I put it there. This plant right here, it's a bird of paradise. I think it's in the same family as the bananas. I'm going to be doing the same thing like what I did with the bananas, just cutting it back and allowing it to regrow. As I'm cleaning up, doing some jerk pork and some jerk chicken also. So getting things done properly. Don't have any red stripes, so I'm using a Heineken. Still get the flavor in it. So it's a big work day for me. Also a big cook day. So it's the following day, and this is what the pergola is looking like. totally different. I've lost a ton of plants and I'm now trying to just recover what I can. But it's a night and day different from what it was before. All the plants have gone, so just going through. I'll show you guys the final product, but sometimes when I'm working it's hard to grab the camera. Let me just show you guys what's happening throughout. All these pots on the ground, those are all dead plants. And here I have a ton of pots. I had to empty the dirt from them. Those plants, they're all dead. So I've lost over 200 plants. It's all a ghost town. Pergola is looking quite scanty. Not a lot of plants anymore. Let's hope I can get it recover for the summer. This is the black thing that I was telling you guys about, that the wires came on, or those electrical cords come on. That's what I was talking about. So instead of using the wooden one, if you guys can find this black one, most time they leave them on the street side. If you have a vehicle that can hold it, you just drop it inside and avoid using the wooden ones. I haven't reached this side as yet, but most of these things, you can hear it. This is all dead material, so I have to get them out. Everything inside here, I have to be going through and sorting them out pot by pot, one by one. I didn't get the chance to show you guys while I was working because I was so busy I just didn't have the time to grab the camera. But now I'm going to show you guys what I've been up to for the past day or so. This entire area, for years I couldn't see these metal things that I have here because I had ornamentals all over it. Now everything has died back and this is showing up. So I went ahead, what I could have saved, I saved them, replanted them, and it's just a matter of time now for them to start running all over this area. Maybe for the past 5 years, this is the first time I'm seeing these things because they have been covered with ornamental for most parts. They have never died back. I've never gotten a freeze or that cold where my ornamental would have died back, and I could see all these things right here. For the pergola area, you can see right through. Hope this will come back lush and green because it's just a ghost of what it was. Still have some anthurium. These were on the inside, so we got a chance to save some of the plants by taking them in the house, but we have so many plants we couldn't have moved all 2,000 plus plants inside the house, and that is ornamental I'm telling you guys about. So these may look empty, but I have seeds in them, and I also have the root system of some plants that I know will revive and come back in the springtime. As we come around this side of the pergola, most of the plants over on this side died. So when I was cleaning up, or after I finished cleaning up, I ended up with 320 pots, smaller pots like these, like this. I ended up with 320 of them that didn't have any plant, or those plants couldn't be recovered. So I've lost a lot in ornamental plants. For most parts, I've done with the ornamental. I've sorted out most of them, cut them back, and for the food section of the garden, it's coming back. I went to the store and I got a few plants to drop in. Haven't gotten any bell peppers as yet. I'm going to be working on some bell peppers because those are some of my summer or my warm season special. So I need to work on a few bell peppers. But other than that, the backyard, it's about 80% there again. I'm just waiting on things now. I can't force it. I'm just waiting on things to come back to life. And with time, things will come back to life. I'm going on the front now. I'm going to take you guys and show you guys how I'm going to change up that garden area around the front, and also I'll be doing a bit of work on the lawn. A few of those fruit trees that we put on the front a few months ago, I don't think they made it, so I'm going to be checking those to see what's up with them, especially those tiny mangoes. So let's go around the front now. This is what the front garden is looking like. Total mess, total chaos. Most of these plants are dead. So I'm just going to go in right now and get rid of what is dead. I hope I can save this poinsettia because it's very beautiful in the fall months. And to restart it now, it's going to take a while to get a poinsettia like this unless I'm going to buy a large plant. I'm going to start off by removing these landscape lights, just getting them out of the way. If you guys have fruit trees, don't go ahead and start pruning your fruit trees as yet. Give them about 4 to 5 weeks before you start pruning your fruit trees. For the vegetables, if they got burnt and they got burnt badly, go ahead, get rid of them, because most time those vegetables that got burned, if you leave them in the garden, they're gonna introduce new disease or disease to the garden. So you want to get rid of the vegetables in the garden, the edibles, out of your garden as soon as possible after the frost. The next thing before we start, these boots were sent over to me by Fitville. Fitville reached out to me a few weeks ago and asked if I was interested in trying 2 of their boots, and I told them yes. They sent them over, and this is the first one I'm really wearing. Not the first time. I've been wearing this for about 4 or 5 days now, and they're quite comfortable. They're on the bulkier side, or I should say on the wider side. So if you're going to be ordering from Fitville, I would go half a size down. I'm a size 11 and a half, and I took a size 11, and I still feel like I could have gone maybe a half a size down just because of the width of the toe box. They're a bit wide in the toe box area. When it comes to comfort, I would give these boots maybe a 4 out of 5 or 4.5 out of 5. And next thing with these boots, there is little to no breaking period for them. With most boots, you're gonna have to break them in, and sometimes you have to go through that pain. These boots, I've been wearing them for maybe about 4 or 5 days, I can say a week now, and they are quite comfortable. As I said before, a bit bulky, so they're more like a work boot or a hiking boot, but they can do the job. They're quite comfortable. I also have to mention this padding right here that make these boots super comfortable. So that was a good move by Fitville to get this padding area in the back of these boots. So they are quite comfortable work boot or even hiking boot. And I would recommend these boots for long walking. For someone who have been in the military for many years, these boots are quite comfortable, and I can tell that they will do the job and keep you comfortable if you're going to be in them for an extended period. These are the men's Exova boots V1, and this is in jet black. I didn't realize that these were in 2E wide, so maybe that's why the toe box area is so wide for me. That's why I'm saying you can go a half a size down. So maybe in a more narrow form, this boot would have fit me properly. So I'm not going to judge it based on that, but it's quite lightweight also and comfortable, as I keep on saying. The next thing that I notice about these boots, wearing them for a couple of days now, in the mornings on the wet concrete, well, that's on my driveway, those are wet brick. They are not slippery, so it has a lot of grip on the wet concrete. So if you're someone thinking about safety, this is also a factor that you can think about when looking at these boots. They also sent me a next pair. I'm going to show it to you guys right now also. I haven't worn it as yet, but I'll just show it to you. I can't give you an honest opinion on the next pair until I've actually worn the boot. This next one here is the men's Cloud Wanderer V5, and it's also in jet black. It doesn't have that padding on the back, that tongue padding. However, it has a thick locked in padding here in itself. I think these boots are more designed for comfort and functionality over looks, because they're not the greatest looking boots, but trust me, they're comfortable. And with this boot here, I would rather not have this overlap here, just have it in like a Chelsea format, and it would be a much sleeker boot. Just look at it like this. This boot here, looking like this, would be a much sleeker boot. But then with this lockdown here, you know, it kind of gives it a vintage look, which some people may like it. But other than that, that out of the way, these boots are quite comfortable. And on the inside here, it shows that they have arch and heel support. I'm not sure how well that's showing, but it also has arch and heel support in these boots. So if you're an outdoor person, I would totally recommend this one right here. So the information about these boots will be down in the description of this video, and you can go and check them out. Also, a discount code will be down there. If you're looking to purchase one, you can purchase it through my discount code and link, and I will be grateful for that one. So let's move on with the rest of the video with all this garden work that I have to do. So I just want to say thank you to the team over by Fitville for sending me over these boots. I'm really impressed with them. Quite comfortable. The next thing was cleaning up this garden area. What I'm going to share with you guys, I have 2 cattle panels that I went ahead and put here about a month ago or so. In the same period when I bought the fruit trees and I was putting in the fruit trees, I went ahead and I bought these cattle panels, put them up, because I'm going to be putting some grape on them. I know for now they may look tacky at the front of the house, but within another year or so, the grapevines will cover these things and you can't see them. Some of the time when you're starting something or thinking about doing something at home, replanting and beautifying the area, the initial state may not be eye-pleasing, but you have to think about that end result. So with the cattle panels here, look a bit tacky right now. After you have the grapevine running all over these things and you can't see them anymore, you have grapes on it, it's going to be beautiful. People will see it and want to do it also, but it's just this initial state that people are afraid of. Don't be afraid to try things. Don't be afraid to go ahead. Take that risk, take that chance, and do something. Why I went ahead for these cattle panel, they won't rot. They will be here for years to come. The grapevine will be there for years to come. It's not an annual thing, it's a perennial, and it will be here for many years, the grapevines I'm talking. If I had used plastic, wood, or some other type of metal trellis, they would rot away long before those grapevine. One more thing for my Florida gardeners. I know you guys are going to be pruning a lot this spring, just because of that cold spell that we had, and a lot of things maybe got brown in the garden or in the yard, and you're going to try to fix your landscape. But whilst doing so, ensure that you have sharp clippers and that they are clean. Reason being, you don't want a dull clipper to cut those plants, because the end of them, they're not going to cut clean, and those are going to attract disease. And you may spread all different type of disease to that plant, and that plant will transfer it to other plants within the yard or the gardens. You want to ensure that the clippers are sharp first and foremost, and you want to ensure that your clippers are clean. So I'm coming along slowly but surely. Got most of the things in already, but I have a lot of cleaning up to do now, so I'm gonna clean up, pack up, and then show you guys exactly what's happening in this front bed and how I'm gonna treat it moving forward. Now let me take you guys and show you the progress, or the less of a progress, that I've made to this front garden and the entire yard so far. This is the entire garden area. I'm just gonna walk it over first and then I get in detail with you guys what I've done. So this is what it's looking like. We have some anthurium coming up. I'm gonna leave those. We have a few snake plants here that survived, surprisingly. And right here at this cattle panel trellis, I put a black pepper. That's kind of like a little Easter egg. So I have a black pepper right here. I'm gonna have it grow all the way over on this trellis. And then on this side of the trellis, I came in with a grape plant right here. Looks like just a little piece of stick right now, but it's because it has been burnt back. It should be good. I'm all done for the day. Ended up with a gorilla cart full of extra plant. Not sure what I'm going to be doing with these plants. Maybe if the neighbor wants some, I'll give some away. But I'm just not sure what I'm going to do with some of these plants. Overall, it wasn't a bad day. Warm day, good day to work. Got in most of the work and the yard is coming back to life, which I'm happy for. It's about time for most of us here in Florida to start putting things in ground in another 2-3 weeks. Normally, we would have started putting a few things in ground already, testing out. So maybe by the 20th thereabout of February, I'll start put some bell peppers and those things in ground. So that's gonna be it from Country Morrow. God bless you all. Continue gardening and cheers.